Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine messenger delivering messages to you from the higher realms. Welcome in everyone. Alright, so this is going to be a starseed reading. Okay, so we're going to pull some cards and see what messages are coming through. Currently we have a Lemurian frequency ongoing. It could be activating certain codes within. Okay, and I felt guided to the Lemurian star child. So we're going to pull some cards from there as well. Ancient Lemuria, I believe is this deck. I don't know where the book is, so we're just going to channel some messages. If you want the actual readings behind each card, I'm sure that there's an online book. Wow, the infinite. Earth Star Chakra came out when I was connecting. But we've got the third eye chakra coming out. These are activator cards. I've been told to slow down with my cards too and allow the frequencies to integrate. So looking at the card, there's definitely an activation within the third eye. And we have the infinite. I was told to call out the numbers, so it's 49. 13, which is a 4. So maybe I can look them up as well, but I should probably tell you the right name of the deck, right? Beyond Lemuria, I believe is what it is. So Beyond Lemuria Oracle. Yes. So see Beyond Lemuria Oracle, and this is card 49, the infinite. And you can do this with any of my decks. And if you guys are ever interested in the decks that I use, I get them all from Amazon. I mean, some of my older decks have gotten from the shops, right? I've gotten from some metaphysical shops and things like that, but they're always available online. I mean, so many of them have digital books, right? That you can find. So did I put in card number 49, the infinite? This looks so beautiful. Okay, see, hidden wisdom codes, potent information, Lemurian seed crystals, seeing your triggers as a gift, awareness of drama, creating patterns, healing earth through looking through the inner environment and healing through awareness. Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz with indented ridges running across them. Oh, they're talking about the Lemurian crystals, which I always work with them. I used to always wear one. It recently broke in half. So I know that it was allowing me to access more, but I was told to show my quartz, right? Okay, see, so when crystals break and stuff, they allow you, like this one, when I dropped and broke it, it allowed me to have access to the codes within it. And it was interesting too, so I'm like, it perfectly fits my thumb. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? So I'm always working with these crystals, right? It's interesting, it guided me here, so they wanted me to keep reading this. Okay, aware of their oncoming destruction. This is where a lot of the things were planted within our earth soil and protected, right? And the keys and the codes and stuff were protected. That's why I say like it's just like how this came across my path. This Lemurian crystal. It came across my path in a shop getting sold under something that it shouldn't have been sold. Right? I was like, oh, that's a Lemurian crystal. I know that it was meant for me to recover this. The starseeds will be guided to the things that they're meant to be. I literally got this for $5. They were unaware what they were even selling. Okay. Aware of their oncoming destruction, Lemuria is imbued information about how to avoid a similar I don't know why I can't even say that word. Catastrophic on crystals buried in them. The ridges of the crystals are believed to have Lemurian encryptions. These crystals are reappearing now as the knowledge is again relevant. Okay, so this card is about deciphering wisdom codes. We may wonder how information regarding our spiritual growth is available to us as we navigate our everyday reality. The wisdom comes through inner paradoxes. When we are truly present, when we are awed and creative flow and allowing, it may come as riddles in the most unlikely places. It's evil. So Buddhism taps into the using of koans, paradoxical statements the mind cannot fathom, and traditional understanding that can be bypassed through spiritual epiphanies and deeper knowledge of the soul. I have found that the key wisdom codes can come to us when we are triggered. They are accessible in those moments when everything suddenly becomes emotionally dramatic or painful, then is needed to be here. Here, when light shines on our shadow, we are gifted significant insights into places we can grow and evolve from. Although it might take courage and a healthy dose of self-awareness, the embraces of the wisdom of those moments. It's amazing how much energy, freedom, and expansion comes as a result of deciphering the bubbles of information, tailored especially for us, sometimes insight so perfectly constructed within a scenario that gets right into the most tender spots of the most perfect time of healing. So these are potent codes that are as personal power struggles and go around. I don't feel like getting into all this. All right, let's look more into the infinite. The infinite, internal life force, cycles of growth, rising from the ashes, many deaths and rebirths within one's life. We are so much more than our physical body. It is said that beings in Lemuria lived for hundreds of years, as they were only partially incarnated. Their bodies were much lighter, less physical, actualized, and less affected by aging. They were also aware of their infinite nature. The Lemurians were multidimensional beings and regularly traversed realms over the physical, including the places before and after their deaths. As we become aware that we are so much more than our physical bodies, we may experience a sense of the eternal. Thus, fear around death gives way to recognizing new beginnings. We remember what is real and focus on what we wish for this life. Whether we believe will happen when our bodies go back to the earth. We can live to the fullest while we are here in this incarnation. You may feel like you have led many different lives and expressed different faces to the world. We can experience many, many deaths and rebirths as we allow outdated parts of ourselves to fall away. When we choose to align our lives with our spirit, we may find the experience more than these many deaths. They can be daunting, but are fast-tracking our growth to prepare us for the shining new chapters that begins. So this is a card of rebirth. It can appear after challenges that have been required a level of surrender. You have arrived at a beginning. Revel in a newfound inner freedom. Blockages have fallen away, doors are opening, and there are new opportunities to step into. Stretch your wings and see how far they can reach. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Born anew and ready for a new cycle of growth. Celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. Okay, see, now I know why they hit my books, okay? Because I was getting into, like, reading every card that would come out because I'm all about, like, taking in information, but to put it all into videos, it was just too much. But do you see what I mean? How easy it was for me just to look up this certain card. So if you're wanting to go further and find out the meanings and the information, but do you see how I was already starting to channel the information, and I was already bringing you to the keys and the codes within the Lemurian crystals before I even got into the reading? And I haven't used this deck in quite some time. I had no idea that the Infinite card was even going to talk about the Lemurian crystals. So that's what I mean. They're going to use me to deliver the messages behind the cards anyways, the short meanings of them. But if you're wanting to get the long meanings, then look them up. It's a way for you to investigate too, as I'm planting the seeds, right? And so much more is probably going to unlock for you just when I read the card. Okay. So, leading you down your path of discovery, right? So know that. And you get whatever healing, whatever I'm working with, right, within this reading, right? Because these are channels, okay? That's why they're called even channels. We open them up for you. You're attuned to my frequency, my channel, my vibration, right? So that's very beautiful. So be mindful of what you're tuning into, just like what you're allowing to have access to your life force energy, what you are absorbing, what you're putting out, okay? Wow, so these cards are so powerful. So yeah, that's why they limited me. So like you could look up the third eye chakra and get more meanings behind that card if you feel guided, but this is what I definitely feel like is going on here. Yeah, look, unique gifts. Wow, I just uploaded my reading that I did last night right before starting. So literally as I'm recording this, I just uploaded my last reading late. And what I'm getting at is that reading was about unique gifts getting online. I was even saying that I was saying this a couple days ago, but I was saying that there are certain gifts that are coming online. Text message. There are certain gifts that are coming online. Okay. Yeah, that's literally what it's labeled. New gifts coming online. Unique gifts. Whoa, I just had a bird fly by. So new gifts are coming online. It could be a confirmation to go check out that reading, because it's interesting how I just uploaded it right before, literally, as I was connecting with this energy. Wow, something just went by the phone too. It looked like a bird. Everything is significant. They've been sitting here around with this frequency. This is activating things within your DNA. Okay. Everything is significant. Just know that. Everything really is, right? I only have got like 2 minutes left available on this reading, but new gifts are coming online for sure. This literally, they could be coming online after watching this content, okay? Because I'm an activator, and I hold certain keys and codes which can activate things within you, okay? Literally, the frequency, the tone of my voice, the synchronicity, the series of the words that I'm saying can activate certain things within you. The crystals that I showed you. There's so many different things that I feel guided to be doing in these readings, okay? So you need to know that. You're like, I'm unlocking things for you, but it leads you down your path of discovery, okay? And you're gonna see what those abilities and those gifts are, okay? So whatever you're feeling to pursue, whatever you're feeling to start investigating, or I'm feeling people are like, how am I going to find these gifts? That's what I'm feeling. Pay attention to the symbols and the things. Like, say all of a sudden you just start seeing tarot cards everywhere, or you start walking and hearing about people doing tarot cards, or some other divinatory tool. Like, it doesn't have to just be tarot cards. But that was a big thing, and that's a big way that it opens up a lot of us. Is tarot opened it up for me. It activated gifts, my abilities, my clairs. Like, it's a really powerful tool to have you open up and activate your gifts, right? And it's a way for your spiritual team and your guides to connect with you and deliver messages. Then when it leads you down your path of oracle and discovery, so that's such a big thing. That's why they're planting that. But for some of you, maybe you are meant to be a tarot card reader, right? Many of you, it's gonna activate certain things where maybe you're finding out you were a sage or an oracle, or something that, right, you picked